Welcome everyone to Buy Round. We've been talking about it for weeks. It's finally here. We're here in Fantasy HQ. Let's do the introductions. To your left is Red from Urbaners FG. To your right is Mitch from Mitch's Lads FG. Middle, Alex from Goose FG. Welcome. Good to see you again. Congrats to all the guys who made Origin teams.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Yeah,
Some of them only play.
pesky Queenslanders.
Well, some people made Origin with only playing like 7 first grade games.
like Payne Haas. He killed it. He deserves it. So does my good friend Tedesco. How you doing there, buddy?
Yeah.
You know. We'll jump into the show. First up, we got the Player of the Week. Who was the Player of the Week? The NRL Fantasy Guru Player of the Week this week, Mitch. I think it's pretty obvious.
Was it? Tyrone Roberts?
No, it was Cameron McInnes. He got 1 try, 1 line break, 5 tackle breaks, and this is the stat I love the most: 64 tackles with no misses. 69 run meters.
So he's single.
Yeah,
No misses.
no misses at all.
Hey.
That's incredible.
And he knows how to 69, so it's exciting. But yes, Guru's Player of the Week.
Congratulations.
He deserves it. He deserves it. This week, we thought, there's 4 games, there's 8 teams playing. Wall Street, it's a bit heavy.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Are you taking away my only segment?
No, I'm just, segueing your segment.
Segway. You need a little scooter thing?
Take it from here.
We should do a Segway tour.
We should do a Segway
should
tour.
do a Segway.
We should do it like around the...
Fantasy HQ.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Short and
Sweet.
sweet.
This is it. There's not much more to
I don't think a Segway's going to fit in here.
No, probably not.
Cool, so Wall Street, where we traditionally talk buys, sells, and bewares, and public breaks, but because it's buy round and there's less teams, as Alex alluded to, we're going to do it a
Just
little
repeat everything you
bit
said.
differently. I did,
Great
as I
segue.
said,
Great segue.
as he alluded to. Yeah, I nailed it. So yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit different this week. So the guys, we're decided just to go with one of the Wall Street segments a piece.
Is that because I blow it all every week?
Well, who did you sell last week?
Who did I sell last week?
Bronson
Jerry?
What did he get?
3 tries, but come on, that was a poor
You
round.
got a hattie.
I actually got called out on Instagram too.
Good.
It's Lexi Maker. I'm sorry. He called me out. He bought in Corey Hueranira, and it cost him the 1,000-point round. He said he fell like 10 points short because he got his lowest score of the year.
We're so
So not only did you have a bad sell, you had a bad buy.
Not bad.
But did you even tell us who your buy was? Just curious.
No, see, that's where I feel like you can't blame me because I actually never said
Really?
his name. I never actually said his
So
name.
you didn't do your
Which
job.
was pointed out by other people and you too. Thank you.
So really, could have been anyone. You
Could
could have been
have
mentioning Cameron McInnes.
Yeah, no, that's who I was talking about.
Oh, so you nailed that one.
Yeah, nailed it.
Well done,
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great call.
That's right.
I don't think any of us ever picked player of the week
Nah.
as a buy, so...
mate. Wow.
You heard it here
Yeah,
first.
wow. You're a genius. Sorry, a guru. Sorry. Weird. Anywho, so again, we're picking one segment of Wall Street to talk about. We're going to start with Mitch. What are you doing?
This week I'm going to buy Havili from the Raiders. Obviously Josh Hodgson's down for about 6 to 8 weeks with a broken thumb. And when he filled in last year for him, he did quite well. He was averaging that mid-40s, has a low break-even of 21. Pretty low price at 362,000.
Pretty low.
Great buy round coverage, build some money there, get a good consistent player up, and you can't go wrong with that option.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good cash cow option last year. And I feel like if it's 6 to 8 weeks, that's plenty of time for him to build value again. I like it. Bring him in, maybe sell him for around 16 buy rounds then when he's made, 100, 150k. And then he should get some decent scores in between there.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. And he plays actually pretty well. Like, he comes off the bench and he does play pretty well.
He's
pretty
solid
hungry fella.
He's not going to push around in the middle.
No,
of it, so.
absolutely not. So I think just for the base stats alone, I think he's just a solid option, especially like that buy round coverage. Yeah,
He's good for a try as well.
Yeah,
Love the bar jabber.
Yeah, no, very, very good. Agreed. What's up? Alex?
Well, I'm going to say his name this week.
Yeah, can you get that out of the way first?
Well, I actually don't even properly know how to say it. So
Oh.
I'm going to say his name, but it could be incorrect.
It could be correct.
Wait, first let's apologise in advance.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
I think
No,
I know it.
Alex is sorry.
It's 2-0 from Panthers, the
2-0.
young Panthers winger. He got 39 points last week. He's like bottom dollar, 221k. No tries, no try assists. He had 20 runs. He had over 200 run meters. I feel this is more tactical for me. I'm bringing him in because I know he's bottom dollar. I need to free up some cash for next week when all these big guys come out. Like I want to bring in McInnes next week. So for me, it's tactical. I needed to free up some cash so then I could bring in McInnes next week. So I'm going him. I know he's playing this week. If he can replicate another 40-point effort without trying to try assist, I'm laughing. So it's a bit of a risk, but I think for me, he only got 7 points his first 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's definitely a risk. But I consider him a buy.
Can I suggest instead of 2-0 you bring in Toto?
No.
No?
I don't like him. No, I'm not a
Okay,
fan.
no, cool. Hey, you know what? If you don't like him, you push him to the side and bring in 2-0.
I will. I absolutely will.
Yeah, so no, he's actually played pretty well. His first game was a bit of a but outside of that, he had a pretty impressive week last week.
Yeah, I thought he was quite strong out there.
Him and Mansell both pushing the ball forward, actually taking those dummy half runs, getting out of their half. It's why they seem to pull out the win against Parramatta, but I think anyone could pull out a win against Parramatta these days.
Jesus. Yeah, you need to wear a condom.
Hey,
Why are you pulling out?
we're still in the top 8. They're holding them.
Mate, we apparently got some 5-year-olds that watch the show that
Really?
want to know what a one night stand was last week. So
Oh, cool. So it's where for one night you just stand the whole time. But you can't give it up. Like you just got to stand in the same spot and not move. They're tough. They're tough.
Good on the spot thinking there. That could have gone either way.
Sounds like a really hard, long night.
Yeah, look, you got to remain stiff. Anywho, so yeah, no, I like him. Yeah. And I think the Panthers, we thought Liam Martin would have been to play for,
Oh, glad I didn't bring him
but
in.
I think there's a lot of Penrith is like one of those feeder clubs, so they've always got people in the background ready to come through. There's always perpetual amounts of people just coming through. So people like him just really need to put in that effort, and I think he's got it. I think he can hold that for a while. So even if you choose not to stay, I think he will make a lot of money, but. You just want to hold him as that cover. Like if you start to run out of trades.
That's exactly what I get. Like wing fullback seems to be the slimmest options going
Yeah.
forward after this week. So at least I'll have him there as a bit of a cover, you know, in case Tedesco say he doesn't play one league or
And
whatever.
a lot of us are investing a lot of money in that position too, so you need someone as backup. So no, good call.
Yeah, you want that kind of consistent, without, obviously not going to be great, but 39 just from base stats. Can't complain about something like that.
Please replicate that. 2-0, Toto,
Top
2.
two. Okay, so well, I'm actually going to sell. I like to be different. I don't like to just go with the common nomenclature as what you guys like to do. I like to change things up. Anywho,
I have to look that
so
after.
I'm going to sell Michael Morgan. Seemingly an unpopular opinion from when I mentioned it before, but I think Michael Morgan presents a really good opportunity where he doesn't play till later in the week. So I think it was Saturday. Sunday. I think he might actually play the last game of the week, and that'll give you a chance that if John Bateman is named, that you can be freeing up close to enough money to bring in Bateman. So with the 4 trades you've got this week, you can actually have the buy guys sub them as late as you need to for the trades, and Michael Morgan playing the last game. So you can get room and space for John Bateman, because we all know and love John Bateman's Bateman.
Bateman's back. Alright.
But I love it. Yeah, so I'm only selling Michael Morgan to get John Bateman if he's there, and I think he will be. That man's a point, and they love to play hurt, so...
Like that tactic. So you got 4 trades to play with. If you leave 1 trade room spare, you can bring in any late mails or any late minute additions to your team.
That's a really good thing about this week. You got to really focus on if there's buy guys that you want to sell, you don't have to do it straight away. You can trade them as late as you need to until the last game begins. So it's not going to count anything against you. You've got all the time in the world.
I like it.
I think we're all bringing in Bateman if he's named.
Oh, mate, he'll be there.
Might already be in my team.
So that wraps up.
Yeah. Oh, no. Go on, do it. No, you do it. You do it.
You want me to?
No, you do it, yeah.
So that wraps up Wall Street.
Ah, you suck.
We're going to head over to Mitch for the injury report. There's a fair few again this week.
Yes, unfortunately, we've picked up a bit of a big list, so we'll just get straight into it. Danny Levi looks like he's out for about 6 to 8 weeks with an ankle injury. Mitchell Pearce should be back for the next game, only a week. James Graham 8 weeks. Tim Lafai, they're not sure. He's got to go see some specialists. Josh Hodgson, thank God. 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb injury.
Could endorse injuries.
Brad
For
Parker,
fantasy.
4 to 6 weeks with a jaw injury. Now this one really hurts. Good bloke. Justin O'Neill has a
Big fan.
has a spleen injury. Unfortunately, he's been in and out of hospital the last few days.
Explain
Second
spleen to me.
inside joke of the.
What's a spleen?
It's in your body somewhere.
What's in your body?
Yeah. Not a doctor. Let's not get bogged
Is it
down.
like an esophagus? Like no one ever uses it?
Could be. I'm not sure.
Well, I was thinking of appendix. You're
The
usually
gurus, not doctors.
I'm a guru,
Any
doctor.
Matt Scott, 1 to 3 weeks of shoulder injury. Dean Ware and Wacker Blake, 2 centres down for the Panthers at once. They're looking like they're both going to miss about 8 weeks. Luke Keir is another sad one. Looked like he was going to get his Origin debut. Unfortunately, his 5th concussion in 18 months.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So it's unclear how he's going to be assessed. So it's going to be an extended period, but not sure of the exact weeks there. And Jay's Tavanga, 3 weeks with an ankle injury, and that wraps that up.
Yeah, he was lucky actually that he didn't do something more serious. It looked pretty bad. But no, and he's been a very good player for the Warriors too. So it probably affects a lot of people. Like that injury list, just thinking over the top of my head, there's a lot of percentages from memory of people who actually own those players. The good one I think is Mitchell Pearce. If you can use your trades wisely this week, you can actually bring him in for his next game. And he's been amazing. You mentioned him as a buy, and he's been amazing. So if you're struggling for halves and you do happen to sell Michael Morgan,
Just the right time.
he could be the perfect guy to bring in post this week.
Too much?
Alright, now we're going to move on to Q&A segment where I ask questions. I don't know what I'm going to ask. I like to be a bit forward with it.
Mysterious.
Put them on the spot.
Love it.
Mysterious. Good word.
Yeah.
So, Mitch Tate has asked.
You can read that? That's some horrible
It's some
handwriting.
scribbles. He's asked best captain options this week. Now I'm going to do a little segue for a segment. And I'm going to call it start him or ship him.
You
Because
prefaced
they're
this
like
last
captains.
week.
Ship, captain,
I am
start him or ship him. Who's your captain this week of all the great options in round 12?
Of all the great options,
Who are you
there's
making
one.
captain?
There's one.
I mean,
Just one?
Do I say at the same time?
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Raid!
Yeah.
Tamalolo.
Rain actually would have been a pretty good option.
He's my vice captain, actually.
Yeah.
So Tamalolo, Rain, Marnie, I feel is
Could be.
Marnie.
Yeah, nah,
Makes
I
a lot
don't-
of tackles.
Yeah, I
Could
don't
be.
know.
If you want to make a bit more of a
I
risk.
can't wait to sell him,
If-
so I wouldn't put him as a captain.
If John Bateman can get back in that starting lineup for the Raiders, that's a big risk putting him there because obviously you won't know to the last minute, so you have to put him there early. But he's put up some massive scores this year.
Yes, I big fan of Bateman. We all love him. But I think you just got to stick with your safe option. Safest guy for the last couple of weeks is
Tamalolo.
Jason Tamalolo.
81 points last week. Base stats killed it. So if he can play 80, you are laughing.
Yeah, for
And
me
well, they've lost
anyways.
McGuire as well,
Yeah.
so
Thanks, Maguire. Yep.
And Matt Scott's injured. So yeah, for me it's Tamalolo and Rain's my vice captain this week.
I'll honestly probably be doing the exact same thing. What about you? What do you?
Same.
Oh, okay,
Tamalolo, yeah. Few people have asked this. Will players picked in Origin teams play round 12? I think this is fairly obvious if you look at the red dots on the app.
You want me to answer this? No. No, it's so we've had a few questions about it. The players have actually got into Origin camp now, so they don't play for this round. Even if their team is playing, they don't play. So as we just said, Maguire's not playing because he's been picked. So that's why we think Tamalolo is a good option. So that anyone who's named in the Origin team that you have in your team, they're not playing, even if their team is.
They
Same for
could
round
back
16.
up for round 13, but
Maybe.
there's a chance, especially those guys with the short turnarounds. Watch out for South Sydney players
Yeah,
like
Cam-
Cook and Cam
Cam
Murray.
Murray's a
They
big
might
one.
not play.
And Newcastle play that Friday as well.
Yeah,
so
they play
Ponga.
Friday.
So just look at their schedule. Late mail is so important this week, so just keep an eye on that.
Or next week, I should.
Net.
Ooh,
round
those
30.
really.
Yeah. Another question from everyone. Some cash cow options. I'm going to put that at the bottom of the screen, so you don't have to ask you guys that. And we mentioned 2 of them already in Wall Street. I guess I want to try this. A couple of guys have asked, and it's like sometimes we don't really get questions. We get guys asking us, who do we prefer? So I might do like a bit of a head-to-head.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this.
We did
Yeah,
this at the start of the year. You guys can go back and watch that video of our head-to-heads at the start of the year.
Be
See if we
interesting to see if
actually
we got
screwed
them
them
right.
up.
Yeah.
But
Give it to me. I like this.
so there's we got one from Eli, Tolman, Fanua Blake. Who do you prefer this week?
Oh, this week?
Yeah.
Oh.
And going forward, if you were to bring one in, who would you take?
I'd take Tolman. He's been more consistent.
I have Fanua Blake, but I'm going to say Tolman. The consistency is there. He's missing Big Puppy this week too. I think for this week he's good, and his minutes are only getting bigger. I think Fanua Blake, because he's been suspended twice already now, he's a bit of a risk.
And
He does anything wrong, he's got carryover points, whereas I don't think Tolman has anything outstanding. When was the last time the guy got suspended?
Well, I think with Fanua Blake, he's got that ability to get those huge scores that Tolman can't get because he just doesn't have that big play mentality in him. But base, consistency, I'm going with Tolman too.
So was that the minutes at Manly, like Power only had just over 40 minutes last week.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a good rotation happening there that their props don't have to play big minutes, where Tolman's getting around 60.
Well, it's about still getting points per minute, so he still might be a good option for you guys to bring in this week. And Fanua Blake can put up those big scores.
Yeah, well, maybe think about it this way. If you're a bit behind and you want to get some points, you've got to start risking things. So maybe Fanua Blake's your guy. If you're ahead, I think maybe Tolman's your guy. He's going to get you good consistent points and keep you in good stead for the rest of the year. I think maybe that's the answer there.
I got one more for you. This is from me. They're similar price. If people don't have both of them, they should have both of them by now. But if they wanted to bring in one, Rain or Marnie?
Rain.
Yeah,
Chuck
straight away.
Rain.
Going forward, even with Pete's impending.
Okay, for
See,
this
that's,
week,
yeah, that was
Rain.
my point.
Yeah.
I
So
would say Pete's is due back next round or 14. So Rain's minutes or starting position's probably gone. For the here and now, I prefer Rain. Going forward, Marnie.
Look, I'm going to say Rain because it's just for this week, but I'm telling you now, next week, especially if Pete is back, those are the two dudes I'm trading.
really, both of them.
Both of them.
I like Marnie as a consistent scorer. I think he makes the tackles. He missed a few last
Well,
week.
Cam Smith will be back the following week. Doesn't play Origin. So you've got, even if Cook doesn't play, you've got a captain option you don't have to worry about. So I don't think you need either. And they're bulk money right now. Bulk money.
Yeah, for
And
a
if,
nice price.
especially if
700s.
Pete's is back, Rain's minutes and points will diminish.
Yeah.
And so you've got to get him out of there while he's at his peak price.
Yeah. As soon as you say Nathan Pete's, even if he's named in jersey 20, that's the time to get rid of Rain.
Yeah, it's too much of a risk because they love him. I don't know why. I actually think Brady's an amazing player, and I don't think he should be losing minutes to Pete's.
No.
He's constantly been a backup his whole bloody life. I don't know why he chooses clubs where he becomes a backup, but yeah, if you see Pete's at all in that team, who can scoop that bloke?
So that is head-to-heads.
Oh no.
That could be a segment going forward. I actually like that. You know, head-to-head.
I actually really enjoyed that. That was good.
Let's
Heads
look
on
on
heads.
ourselves. Oh, I didn't blow out.
Wait, I got it. Head to head.
Don't ruin
Oh,
everything.
we nailed it. We nailed it.
So now we have to do that going forward.
Yep.
Now, Guru Tactics. What are your tactics this week? Do you have anything specific? Do you want to share any information you might have?
Okay.
For me personally, the last few weeks I've been building money.
Yeah.
So I've got about 700,000 sitting in the bank.
That's just wrong.
But my team still consistently put up 900 points. So for me, it's about building money. So as soon as this swirl round's done, these guys I don't want on my team, like the Sivos, Suttons, you get rid of two guys nearly 600,000 each plus 7, you bring in two absolute superstars. So the two guys I'm not using go into a team that's already putting up over 900 points every week. Yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
So Mitch's points have suffered the last 2-3 weeks because of this, where Red's doubled up 2,000 point rounds. So well done, Red. He knows he had to play a bit of catch up, so he's taking a more ferocious approach.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna. It depends on how it goes. If Bateman's there, I'll probably be using 3 to 4 trades this week. I did save a few throughout the round. So first round, I always make it a priority every year to never use trades the first round because you should stack your team with enough starting players that you shouldn't have. For me, I don't think you should have to. And then I've saved a couple of trades along the way as well. So even if I use the 4 trades, I'm still not in a dire position. I think that I'm going to have enough to get me through the next buy round as well as a few safeties for the first rounds for injuries.
So you're a bit more safer with trades leading into this. You're in a bit of a better position to bring in more players. Me personally, I've been burning through them, so I have to go a bit less. but I built a decent league.
Yeah.
I'm 7th in our Guru League. I think I'm top 500. So this week I'll probably suffer. I'll drop. I'm only going to have about 12 players this week, but I like the players that I have, and I don't want to bring in players that I'm just going to have a trading out anyway. So I think I'll stick with the 12. We'll use 2 trade this week. So yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest point to make. When you trade someone in for a week, really you're burning 2 trades. You got to trade them in to trade them out.
That's right.
So you've got to put it, if you're trading someone in this week, you want them there long term. You don't want to bring someone in to get you 25 points to trade them out next week.
No, I think they should at least be there until the next buy round as a minimum. Like if you really want to get some points this week, they can't be considered to be trades next week. They have to be trades for the following buy round, because the following buy round is where it's at. This is the crap buy round. Not a lot of great players in this one. A lot of good players in the next one.
Yeah.
So I think use this buy round to set yourself up if you can, and even for the following round where you can actually start bringing in the guys who you know have been there, like Mitchell Pearce. Like he's on my radar. Like I can't escape how much I want him. Can I have him this week?
Yeah.
Tuivasa Shek.
Yeah.
Isan Masters. Great players coming up in the next one.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury for this one, so maybe save your trades. Don't use all 4.
Yeah.
Who knows? There's plenty of different.
But I think you've got really good options here. So depending on what position you're in, you might be in the lead, struggling with trades because you burn a few. You might be trying to save some money and taking a little bit of a hit, or you might be trade heavy. So just use those tactics differently based on. Really, we
all
have
3
different we
gurus.
are.
We've really gone different route this
I
week.
love it though.
The Red, he's storming up that ladder at the moment. It's scaring me a little bit. So we've done Guru Tactics. We'll go into our league standings. I'll first mention Quaz WSX, which Red figured out.
Yeah,
was
it's the keyboard. So you go down the left-hand side of the keyboard.
Figured you out, leader. I'm coming for you. So he's holding the lead still. Total points 10,077. He's hit the 10,000s.
That's sexy.
A few of our league already have. So well done. The league leader points for round 11 was don't know your league.
Is that a call out?
He got
My bad.
I know. Come get us. Who's actually I think 2nd. So he
that's
in our league.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
he killed this week with 1,088. So well done to you.
Great score.
I think that wraps everything up. So we had some new segments. We had some differing opinions. Good bit of Wall Street. So good luck for this round. It's a tough one. We built for it for weeks. Let's just hopefully put it in the rearview mirror because I hate round 12.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, we actually did do a round 12 video a few videos back. So if you have any more questions based on what you've seen here today, go back to that video and have a look. What do we call it? The buy 12?
Round 12.
Round 12 advice.
Round 12 advice. So go back and have a look at that as well. You get a bit of
whether it still holds up, I don't know.
Well, I think it does. There was pretty heavy Origin contestants in there.
Yeah.
I think Beckman had already been injured by that point. So most of the stuff we talked about today was pretty safe.
Light and Cody Walker got picked, so the people we talked about too.
Yeah.
But what can they do, Mitch, if they want to do more?
Like, subscribe, comment. We love the feedback, guys. Keep it coming.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Good luck.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Subscribe.